This new GTA 6 leak is incredibly controversial. We'll be talking about why that is in this video today, as well as the details of it and a whole lot more. So this will make sense by the end of this video, but I'm not going to be telling you the source of the actual leak. This will make sense as we get into it, but essentially what happened was a Rockstar Games developer accidentally leaked the length of the story of Grand Theft Auto 6 and a handful of other details about the game. And since this leak sort of has a happy ending, I don't have any problem sharing the Rockstar Games developer in question here. This is Sonny Blythe. He is a games tool programmer at Rockstar North, went to the University of Huddersfield, Rockstar North in Mirfield, England, United Kingdom. And that is his LinkedIn page, which is kind of like a businessy Facebook where you can connect with other individuals if you're looking for a job or need references or stuff like that. And this was what was posted on his LinkedIn. It says, additionally, we are focusing on finalizing the weather. You can see that there's a couple things that are cut off, particularly thunderstorms. Please work 31 through 41 sets of your R9. Make sure NPC behavior and activities change depending on temperature. We need to go over J&L 1 to 40 hours and verify bugs and glitches are none. Make sure R9 is responsive. So initially, if you saw that, it almost looks like that was supposed to be an internal message to someone that might be on his team or a group of employees that he might actually work with. It seemed more like bug fix instruction instead of story length. Now, let's just play devil's advocate and go over this entire thing. If you were to just take that at face value, you would say the story is at least 40 hours long. For kind of a reference, Red Dead Redemption 2 had a 50-hour story time, and it was well enough. Some people even claimed it was too long and slow paced, and that just includes the main story. It doesn't even include all the side activities that you can do. You can also assume that they are in the very late stages of development if it does include bug fixes, which might help the idea of an early 2025 release. And it also talks about NPC behavior, weather mentions of a thunderstorm. And if you see R9, that was probably meant to be Rage Engine 9. And if you saw J and L, it probably stands for Jason and Lucia. And so naturally, if you saw this, you're like, holy crap, this employee is about to be fired immediately. If they just leaked all this information and they had it out on their LinkedIn page for everyone to see, how could Rockstar Games let this happen? Well, the reason Rockstar Games let it happen is because the source of this leak made the entire thing up. They even confirmed that it was just a giant gimmick. And so that's the reason right there why I won't be sharing the source. I'm not going to give someone free publicity for making up something that's a gimmick and could potentially get someone like a real Rockstar Games employee and their livelihood in trouble. That's just... So essentially, this was done to trick Grand Theft Auto fans, and I would assume to get impressions on social media, which might lead to more monetization dollars. Now, here's the ultimate problem I have with this. I don't care if someone makes up a fake leak. I think tricking the community is stupid at the end of the day. We all want the same goal here, and that is to get our hands on this game, to enjoy Grand Theft Auto 6, and just to have a good time with everything. And we're obviously all anticipating and anxious for new information from Rockstar, but when you attach some innocent person's name to it, like Sonny Blythe, who is just enjoying his time working at Rockstar Games, that might be his dream job, this might be a step to something else he wants to do, but you're putting this guy in the firing line and he did nothing wrong at all. And that's the problem I have here. And once people found out that this was fake, they honestly thought that this could be a career destroyer for Sonny and that it's very irresponsible to create a fake leak like this. And at least the good news here is this very likely won't destroy his career because there's no paper trail of such notes. He could get a nasty email or a phone call, but from Sonny's standpoint, all he would have to do is just prove that never happened because those notes never existed and were also never posted on LinkedIn. And honestly, this situation of a Rockstar Games employee being impersonated has unfortunately happened many, many times. And honestly, it wasn't all that great of a leak all the way around. The screenshot makes no sense for a professional develop environment. And why would there be a very convenient picture of some development text and tasks in a random video on their phone's gallery? It just doesn't make sense at all. And I think once the creator of this fake leak kind of realized the game was up, they just decided to admit that it was a gimmick all the way around. So if you've seen something like this, which you probably have if you browse social media or gaming websites, you have to know that this thing is not real. And it actually did raise a lot of questions from people that were asking about the language that was being used. In fact, someone was asking, it's such a casual abbreviation of their names, referring to Jason and Lucia, that it would have been weird like that to be used internally. With Insider TezFunds2 saying, yep, and NPCs is less common. They tend to use PEDs since they are ambient PEDs, scenario PEDs, and script PEDs. Not to say that the term NPCs isn't used at all, since it is used in GTA 5's build log, but I reckon a developer would be more specific to refer to the population and ensuring they play the right voice line in case of that pick. And that type of generalized testing would have been done in the early stages, or it was covered by the previous game and just a matter of verifying that the changed behaviors match the weather type. So long story short, the language that was used in that fake leak isn't even the developer and coding language that Rockstar would ultimately use. So even if you didn't get the post where it said they were a gimmick, you would have looked at this and said, that doesn't make sense at all. And there was a little bit more follow-up to this, as someone said, where did this quote Rage 9 thing come from anyways? I've never seen it being referenced anywhere. With TezFunds2 saying a miscorrelation of tying the pack file version as a version of the engine, much like how Red Dead Redemption 2's version is RPF 8, and GTA 6's could very much be RPF 9. But that is not tied to the engine, it would just be a new file format. So again, the person behind this was essentially trying to use buzzwords that we in the community know, like the Rockstar Games engine. So honestly, I'm glad that we can put this entire thing to bed, and at the end of the day, I'm glad that a Rockstar Games employee that's being impersonated isn't being tied to something that could ultimately ruin their career. And again, I'm not anti-leak here. If someone wants to leak on their own accord, they can 100% do so. In fact, we've seen that a handful of times already with Grand Theft Auto 6 and other Rockstar Games titles in the past that has given us some exceptional information about games, whether it be the Red Dead Redemption 2 map or obviously the GTA 6 leaks. But when someone is trying to impersonate someone and basically throw them under the bus for views and impressions, that is where I draw the line. So hopefully you were not fooled by this. If you were fooled by it, well, now you know that it is just a gimmick. It doesn't necessarily mean that those things won't be coming to GTA 6, that it won't be around a 40-hour story, and that it won't have NPCs that react differently to the weather and whatnot, but it just isn't going to be coming in the form of that weird fake leak. But anyways, let me know what you guys think in those comments down below. When you saw this initially, if you did you believe it? Did you not believe it? Did you think it was real? Did you think it was fake? Let me know what you think in those comments down below. I'd love to hear from you guys down there. If you guys did go to enjoy this video though, a like rating would of course be awesome, and be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You want to stay up to date on all the GTA 6 videos that I'll be doing here on my channel, and be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.